Good evening everyone and welcome to the latest edition of the Tribble Timewarp. This is Season 3 Genesis. It is up on Tribble as we speak, and here we have the old login screen to demonstrate the first and most immediate change. Here's the new version. You'll see that the font has been considerably cleaned up and there are a few other additions. New character is now a drop down menu, and we have a new tab up at the top called Create Content. Cryptic haven't activated the Foundry on Tribble yet. This is where it will be. As you can see, you have to create a test character that's independent of your normal characters, and once that's done you can then start mucking around with content in theory. Interesting little tweak here. Your characters are sorted alphabetically, and of course when you switch it immediately goes to the first alphabetical character. So it was insisting I play Klingon. Did I listen? No, I did not. Little half-second glitch there, so minor I didn't see it. At first, space dock, nothing's changed, although I think they... Oh, wow. Way, I lied about there being no changes. Our ships are back. Admittedly, that's just a random escort. Hephaestus class, I think. Haven't flown one of those escorts in a long time, and it's not moving, which is a bit of a shame. Anyway, on to the meat of Season 3. One of the most heavily trailed additions so far is, of course, the mission replay. You access this through your ready room, the mission logs. The missions themselves are sorted by adversary, basically, so Cardassians, Klingons, Breen, etc. And within that you can then select the mission you want. In this case I'm going to use one of the best missions of the original run, Past Imperfect. The last, well, it was the last for quite a while, of the Bavat missions, and here we hit our first niggling little bug. I may be doing this wrong. I may be doing this horribly wrong, but yeah. Just a note to Cryptic here, it might be worth using the captain's chair as a usable device to trigger the emotes, so at least you can guarantee that your character is going to properly synchronise with it. I have no idea how the animation skeletons mesh with the real world and each other, but yeah, for some reason my captain has issues with sitting in his chair. Oh well. Maybe just me, I don't know. So we'll flip forward a bit, and this is our second display bug of the video so far. You go to the warp out sequence from sector space as appropriate, and then it flicks back to the standard UI just for a second. It'll do this every single time. New sector space map, feast your eyes. Is this not delicious? Are you not jaw-droppingly gobsmacked by its beauty? Is it not a colossal improvement on the old version? You get a little bit of background on each system as you fly by it. Maybe have that flick off to one side rather than right in the middle of your view. I can see that being an irritation. We have warp streaks and distorted stars. This is so much prettier than what we've got on holodeck at the moment, and there are no major bugs here as far as I can tell. However, there are some minor bugs, there are some minor irritations, namely you cannot see the edge of the zone map. It is not very clearly delineated, and as a consequence you'll find yourself hitting sector borders without realising it. Well, unless you're a complete ignoramus like me and not paying much attention to the map. And for those of you who are pointing out that at the moment we're barrelling nicely towards Romulan space, yes we are. I got lost, and I don't know, Cryptic, is it possible to preserve ship heading between maps so that we don't head east, for want of a better term, off the edge of the Sirius block and suddenly find ourselves facing north at the top of Regulus? Incidentally, that was the view without astrometrics. Take it or leave it. Personally, I'll leave it on. But yeah. Problem number 3, I think we're on here. Technically you can fly off the edge of the map. Well, not strictly the edge of the map, but you can certainly fly behind the zone line. You can see the back of the notification there. We swing around to the front. Interesting to see how they've handled the construction of the sign there. The text is clearly a different pattern, a different layer to the what's the word? Border. Another little bug there on the map at the top right hand corner. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but it's a minor thing. I'll be perfectly frank, I didn't even notice when I was playing this through and recording the footage that blue stripe was there. Civilian courier in the regular sector, has that always been there? Not sure, been a while. Anyway, jump forward again. I eventually found the way to Pycarnus, and another little issue here. The Laurentian system, of course, is where you have got 2 missions at the same point, and as you can see, the boxes are overlapping. Now, maybe you could stack them, I don't know. Another little pointer here, the Klingon Scout Fleet action isn't named in its short window, you have to actually pull it up and stop. Maybe just rename that to Klingon Scout Force, or Fleet Action Klingon Scout Force, I'm not sure. Just something to make it a bit obvious as to what fleet action it is. However, we are finally approaching the gateway system for the test of the missions, and yes, that's a very nice Mark 12 blue. Shame I don't use Tetri on weapons. It would be so nice. But apparently the loot gods did not smile upon me that day, nor indeed did they smile upon Smitty, or I would have happily popped out 500,000 energy creds for a Mark 12 blue phaser. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. Anyway, this is not a bug per se, it's a niggle. Watch the JFS 47 system as I start mucking with sliders. You can see it just to the right of the options window. Terrain detail distance doesn't affect it. If I then start mucking with world detail distance, yes, I will do this in a second. Where did I leave the slider? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can see that it is just visible. There we go. It's popped in at about 2.5 to 3 light years. It does feel as though the systems are less visible than they were, that you can't see them from so far away. Now, it may be I'm missing something in the settings. I honestly don't know. But at this point, it feels as though on holodeck that you can actually see where a system is in the 3D world much further away than you can on Tribble with the new astrometrics grid. And oh, by the way, the Klingon texture map is just as shiny and nice. More of that, please. But yeah, you can see off to starboard the system at 4 light years is not visible at all, no matter what I do with the slider. So maybe we need to have a look at the maximum view distances. I'm not sure. Anyway, with that done, we are going to head on to the gateway system, and I will see you very shortly for part 2 of this video.